Why are introverts different? If you've been around someone who prefers their own company majority of the time, or who loves to rewind after a long day by themselves, and maybe they demand solitude or quiet, or maybe they just don't do well with big crowds or do not prefer constant talking or having surface level conversations all the time, you might have looked at them and wondered, why are you like this? Well, welcome to the world of the introvert, where imagination rules, where unseen inner worlds are rich and vibrant, and we just want some peace and quiet. Thank you very much. Just kidding. Or maybe not. I love my personality as an introvert, but it's taken me a long time to actually understand it. Growing up, at that time when everybody wants to blend in and just conform, it was really hard to handle my natural tendencies, especially when I try to measure it against what was popular and acceptable. But not anymore. So in this new series, I'm calling Introvert Problems, Faith Solutions. I want to dive into some of the traits of introversion that I found difficult to manage, understand, or accept, and then see what the Bible has to say about it. I'll be sharing some of the perspectives that have helped me grow into my strength and confidence, and how, if you're an introvert, you might consider taking them for a spin. Welcome to our new series on Introvert Problems, Faith Solutions. In this episode, we'll be talking about social exhaustion, why introverts experience it, and how to shift our perspectives so we can thrive despite it. Let's get into it. You're listening to the Driven Introvert Podcast, the place to be for dreamers, doers, and entrepreneurs who are ready to birth the dreams, callings, and ideas the Lord has placed in their hearts. Do you sense that God is calling you to step out and do something new, but you're held back by fear and uncertainty? Do you struggle with believing that you can do great things because of your quiet, reserved, and introverted nature? Welcome here. I'm Remy Roy, your host and founder of shepact.com. I'm an author, an entrepreneur, a creative, and a committed trier. I'm here to help you get unstuck and make progress on your God idea. Let's go. So a long time ago, I think I was a teenager at this time. On a regular Sunday after church, I sat in my uncle's car fuming. I was waiting for everyone to get their act together so we could all go home. It'd been a long day at church. I had a scowl on my face. And I know this because my auntie said, why are you always frowning? I've been told this all my life by random men on the street, friends, and even family. I have a resting bee face, if you know what I mean. And no other time did this face show up than when I was with people or in social situations long after my social battery had died. As an adult, my time is my own. I have a car, and I can simply take a silent exit and drive home. Even when I didn't have a car, I could get on the bus, take a cab, whatever, and just be on my way home. But as a child, I had to sit there until the adults were ready to go. This wasn't a fair deal as far as I was concerned. But I'm sharing this to explain the concept of social exhaustion from my perspective. Introverts often feel drained after socializing, and we usually require time alone to recharge. Most times, introverts experience social exhaustion, and I certainly do, which means we feel exhausted after socializing with people, because for us, it can be mentally and emotionally draining due to constant conversations, maybe a crowd, or even loud noises. I'm not a concert kind of person. I don't like large crowds and overstimulating environments. My best kind of a night out is a night in. This is actually an easy concept to understand, I think. Take, for instance, an athlete who just ran a marathon. She will suddenly feel exhausted and will need to rest and recover. The same goes for introverts. We need to rest so we can regain our energy. But what happens when our natural tendency to feel drained or exhausted after a lot of socializing actually hampers our ability to live life joyfully, to show up in spaces where we're required to shine, or just be all that God has equipped us to be? This is where you need a perspective shift. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." These words were said by Jesus, by the way. Yes, you need physical rest, so take time to do that. Do the best you can in that situation that requires your physical energy, and then bow out gracefully and rest your body. And yes, you need rest mentally too, so do that. Prepare for social situations as much as you can. Practice your presentation if that is what is required. Show up with intention, prepared to engage and be a blessing in every space you enter, and then find time to recharge mentally. It's not selfish. You're not weird or antisocial for needing time to yourself. But most importantly, know that your peace and rest comes from your Creator, the one who created you with purpose and knit you together with focused attention. God has a plan for your life. God has a plan for my life. And not even our personalities should or can get in the way of that. As a matter of fact, you are wired specifically to handle the conditions that will lead to His purpose being fulfilled in your life. But you have to get out of your own way. That's what I learned. Matthew 11:28 is so crucial because it talks about the importance of rest and restoration. It goes deeper to explain that just as we need rest to regain our lost energy for our physical body, we also need to rest in God's presence to renew our spiritual lives. Whenever you feel exhausted, maybe from life's demands or just the social interaction itself, turn to God for peace and renewal. How do you achieve this? It's simple. For me, it's by spending time in prayer and meditation, by engaging in activities that draw me closer to God, studying your Bible, spending time in small groups with other like-minded people. It doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or not, to build a rich inner life that is solid, confident, and anchored, you need to release your burdens and find rest and peace for your soul. 100%. The world, the way it's currently set up, it does not provide optimal space and opportunity for us to rest and recharge. You have to take it. You have to be intentional about your life. And a good way to start is by resting in the secret place, whatever that looks like for you. So I'm going to give you 3 practical steps you can take to find rest and peace if you frequently experience social exhaustion, maybe because of your job, maybe the things that you're required to do, the spaces you're required to show up in, and other social conditions. Number 1, before a social event or interaction, reframe your perspective. What do I mean by this? This is not going to be a drain or a pain to endure. Tell yourself that. You are walking into the space prepared and equipped to be a blessing. So what do you need in order to make this happen? Preparation? Then do it. Maybe you need to contact people in advance so you can find a friendly face in the crowd. Do it. Maybe you need to get a good nap or a good night's rest before you have to go for that thing so you can have optimal energy and mental focus to engage with purpose. Then do it. You are an intentional human being. You're a child of God. Live like it. Number 2, read the word and ask the Lord for strength. I go back to Matthew 11:28 here. It's a great place to start. Meditate on it over and over. Receive the strength and peace that only Jesus can give. This is not an abstract concept. Your faith is not abstract. It is real. If you say it that way, it will always feel like something you cannot connect with. It is real. It's not abstract. I want to recommend a book to you. It's called Secrets of the Secret Place by Bob Sorgi. I'm sorry, Bob. I'm butchering your name, but Secrets of the Secret Place. I'll leave a link in the show notes if you want to get it. It's great for helping you connect with God's presence when you pray and read the word. It's all a mindset shift, my friend. It's a mindset shift. Number 3, plan your rest and downtime. If you're driven and motivated to make an impact with your life, it can be tempting to keep going, to not pay attention to your need for rest and occasional solitude. But do it anyway. Again, it's not selfish or weird for you to want time to yourself to build your inner man and recharge. So do it. So these are 3 practical steps I hope you can begin to consider if you are someone who is frequently exhausted by social situations. Reframe your perspective before you go into any room. You are going there to be a blessing. So prepare your mind for that. Number 2, read the word. Ask the Lord for strength. He will give it to you. He's faithful like that. And number 3, plan your rest and downtime. Schedule it if you have to. It's important. I hope this helps you be more intentional about protecting your mental and physical strength and energy so you can use it for the most good where it matters the most. I would love to hear from you. Are you an introvert? How do you manage times of social exhaustion or the mental and physical drain of social situations? What happens when you find yourself in a situation where a lot is required of you and you feel drained already and you don't want to engage? How do you manage those times? If you have strategies or tips that have been helping you, I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email at thedrivenintrovert@shepack.com and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy this conversation, please take a moment to follow or subscribe to the podcast. I'd also love your feedback on this episode. You can scroll down on your app and click write a review. I'd love to read your takeaways from this conversation. As always, don't forget to take courage, trust God, and go pursue your big ideas. See you next time. The Driven Introvert is produced by shepack.com and Remy Roy. Want to ask a question or share a comment in a future episode? Click on the link in the show notes to record your question in a voicemail.